So today we are going to have a practical on cabling, network cabling. I have with me here network cable. This is a LAN cable or Ethernet cable. Now this cable is what we use to connect devices on the network. Computer, switches, servers, hubs, printers, and so on and so forth. This is the cable that we use for that purpose. Now, to connect devices on the network requires a special knowledge, because we are going to connect different types of devices on the computer network, so you must know the type of cable needed to do that. Okay? Now, generally speaking, we have two types of cables that we use for networking. One is UTP, that's the cable I'm holding here, unshielded twisted pair. Unshielded twisted pair means inside the cable we have twisted pair cables, 4 pairs, two wires twisted together. Apart from that, we have the shielded twisted pair. The shielded twisted pair also have 4 pairs of wire twisted inside. STP cable uses thick braided shield to protect against any tearing, and also it is also shielded to avoid any possibility of crosstalk or electromagnetic interference. On the other hand, the UTP cable doesn't have such thick braided shield. It does not need to be protected against the electromagnetic interference. That is why the UTP is not shielded. That is the difference between the two cables. The UTP is for indoor use, while the STP is for outdoor use, where it needs to withstand more stress. Okay, this one, I'm looking at it, doesn't have any shield apart from the reinforcements, something like a rope inside, and they used to reinforce the cable. It doesn't have that shield. So this is UTP, unshielded twisted pair. All right. Now we are going to use to learn how to make two types of cable: crossover cable and straight through cable, using the UTP cable that we have here. Now the UTP cable that we have, we are going to make two types of cable, which we are going to explain what they are used for and how to make it. Now, like I said, we have several devices that can be connected on the network, and we need to know which cable to be used to connect which devices. Now, if you want to connect the same type of devices, for example, a computer to another computer, or a networking switch to another switch, that is the same type of device, we are going to use a crossover cable. Crossover cable. That is a simple term we use to identify it. It has a technical term that has a number to identify that. Now, if you want to connect different type of devices, for example, a computer to a switch, server to switch, and so on, server to printer, those are two different types of devices. We will require a straight through cable. Straight through cable. I think you get that. All right. So today we are going to learn how to make the two types of cables, and then what makes the difference. This same LAN cable, the Ethernet cable, will be used to form these two types of cables, but the arrangement of the wires inside is what makes the difference. The way you arrange the wires at one end of the cable and the other end of the cable tells us the difference between straight through cable and then crossover cable. Right now we are going to look into how to make a straight through cable. Then we are going to do a crossover cable after. Now, for a straight through cable, we have this cable which is about 2 meters length. We want to connect it to the RJ45 connector we have here on the table. We have RJ45 connector. We have the jacket. We have the crimping tool. This is the crimping tool. This device is what we use to make the two types of cables. After we have arranged the cables properly and we have inserted them into the RJ45 connectors that we have them here. Then we have the LAN tester. This is the device that we use to test the cables, whether they are properly cabled, whether they are properly made or not. It's using battery and then it's going to be powered on. It has lights that reads to check through the wires, whether they can communicate through the network, depending on the type of cable that you actually made. Alright, so those are the devices, those are the tools, and the materials needed. They are all here. Okay. You have the cable. The first thing, you have these items. You push in the jacket. You are pushing in the jacket from the hole here into the cable. Are we there? Can you see that? Don't push it in from here, but from here, like this, and drop it inside. Then you can use your wire stripper to strip the blue insulation here, or you use your crimping tool to do the same. So let me peel out this cable now. The crimping tool here has another blade inside that we can use to peel it out. Likewise, you can also use the wire stripper. I will use the crimping tool to peel it, then I will use the wire stripper to do the next. Okay, let me use this one. So pay attention to this one, please. Pay attention. You take it into the inner blade, you close it up to the cable, then you roll it. Roll it. Roll it. After rolling it well, you will not hold it too tight. You hold it too tight, you cut the insulation and you still cut the cable inside. You don't want to do that. So roll it, then you pull it like this. Then it cuts out the insulation only. I think you can see that. There's no cut around the cables inside. If you hold it too tight, it will cut this outer insulation and as well cut the cables inside. And that means you have done a bad job. You don't want to cut the cables inside at all. Now, any reinforcement like the rope, plastic, and the rest that they put inside, we don't need them to make this cable. So what you do is to cut them also by using the outer blade of the crimping tool. So put them into the crimping tool again and cut it. Cut them very easily. Now after exposing the first twisted pair, the next thing is to untwist the wires. They are twisted together, 2, 2, 2, 2. Then the next thing is to untwist the wires. After untwisting them, then you straighten them. Let them be very straight. Because they have been twisted, they will be, curled. So you want to straighten them. If they are not straightened, you cannot easily make the cable connector that you want to make. It will give us problem. You can even make it and the cable will not work. So you have to straighten them. So straightening them is a big part of this task. It's a big part of this task. Straighten them very well. Alright, when they are very, very straight, then you are ready for the next step. Alright, after we have untwisted them, straighten them, then you are ready to start making the type of cable by arranging the wires. We have 4 wires with one color. We have 4 wires with two colors. We have one color orange, another blue, another green, another brown. One color. Then we have two colors, white on blue, white on green, white on orange, white on brown. We have 8 color-coded wires. Depending on the type of cable you are making, whether straight through cable or crossover cable, this arrangement is not the same. You must arrange according to the cable you are trying to make. Alright? So you want to make, first of all, a straight through cable. So you arrange both sides of the cable the same way. The wires must be arranged the same way. First of all, we start with white on orange, am I right? Yes. White on orange, then orange. The next one is white on
green.
White on green?
Yes. Then blue.
Okay.
Then white on blue.
Okay. Then green. I'm coming. White on green, then blue. Is that not so?
Okay, first one.
Then white on
brown.
I'm coming. White on orange, white on green, blue, white on blue, green, white on brown, then brown.
Yes, sir.
That is it. You start with white on orange, white on green, blue, then white on blue, then green. That's number 6.
Yes.
Number 7, white on brown, then number 8, brown. Hold them into position. They must not move out of that position. Else, your cable will be wrong. That cable will not work on the next one. Holding them tight like this with your finger, position 1 to 8 is taken. No one must get out of this position. It must be in that position until we hook it up. We crimp it into the RJ45 connector. Now, after holding them in position, make sure they are straight and there's no space in between them. Let them stay next to each other in each respective position. Then the front end here that is not straight now, we want to straighten it. The next thing is to straighten it to make it very straight, and we are using our crimping tool. So you check now the outer blade again, just carefully, no finger must enter there. The outer blade, and I do cuts very straight. It has to be very straight like this before we take it into the connector. Now check out the connector here. Check out the connector. We have the pin. The flat side should be up, not the pin side. As you are holding it like that, the wire you are holding tight. The 8 wires you are holding tight in their position. Don't allow space to be in between them. They must be close to each other, the 8 of them, while still holding it tight. Then you hold the connector like this, the flat side up. Then you take the wires inside and push it inside fully, like this. Can you see? So this is the side you are considering, not this side. You hold it up before you push the arrangement of the wires inside. Are we together? You push it in until it cannot go again. Then the next thing is to carry your device, your crimping tool. Are you watching?
Yes, sir.
Your crimping tool, the middle hole for RJ45. This is for RJ11. We are not using that. The middle one, you carry the head of the cable you have just arranged and you push it in like this. Finally, after that, here in. Then you now operate it from here. When you operate the lever, then it crimps the wire into the connector. You will hear a clicking sound. When that sound comes out, it means the crimper has done its job. And the job is to hook the wires into the metals inside this connector, and they cannot be separated again. You cannot pull it out with your hand. It's not possible. Because it has locked the metals together. These tiny metals here and the copper wire have been locked together. Now when you are done, you push in the jacket here, and that is the end of the cable. Now we are going to make the other end of the cable, arranging the wires the same way we arrange this for a straight through cable. The first is to peel the insulation, all this reinforcement of the wire, and cut it away. Untwist the wires, release the 8 strands, whereby we have 4 of them that have single color. We have 4 of them that have 2 colors. Alright? Straightening them is important. Before we go, don't forget, this jacket must go in. Stay in first before we begin to do the crimping. Alright, so we start again, arranging the colors, the wires according to the color arrangements for a straight through cable.
Orange or white?
White on orange. White on orange, then orange.
Yes, sir.
White on blue, green.
White on blue,
Green.
That's number 3.
White.
Then green follows.
Yes, sir.
White on green now.
Green, brown.
Then blue. Then white on brown, and then brown. Are we there?
Yes.
So the 8 of them must be in that position, not changing the position. Position number 1, white on orange. 2, orange. 3, white on blue.
White on blue.
On
Sorry,
green.
white on green. Sorry, white on green.
Then blue.
White on green, then blue.
White on blue. Green.
I'm coming. White on green, then blue color.
Yes, sir.
You must cross-check the colors before you crimp it. White on blue, then green. White on blue, then green.
Yes, sir.
White on brown, then brown.
Yes, sir.
That is the way it should be. Now, before you cut the straight edge, the final edge here, you must cross-check the colors because there could be error. So that's what I'm trying to cross-check. White on orange, orange. White on green, blue. White on blue. They have to be straight. White on blue, green. And white on brown, brown. So that's fine. Holding it tight so that they don't go out of position. Then we do the cutting of the edge. If the edge is not straight, it will not get into the RJ45 connector. So one will reach end, the other will not reach end. When you crimp it, one will not get hooked, pull out. So that's why they must be straight here. Without space in between, then we gently, holding it like this, we gently move it in. The next thing is to crimp it using our crimping tool while the cables are still intact in their positions. That clicking noise tells us that the job has been done. It has been locked. If I pull it and it pulls out, that's a bad job. You have to do it again. So it has been, the jacket there now. You put the jacket here. Right? The two cables are ready to be connected to computer, to switch, to whatever. This is what we connect into the networking devices. You see the RJ45 port on your computer, whether laptop or desktop. You see this port, push it in. Alright, now time to test. We want to test whether the cable has been well made. And what do? We start with one here and then the other one. This is wire stripper. You use it to peel the wires also. We can use this portion to remove this outer insulation, and then we can use this one to peel the smaller wires inside. So we put it like this. You can hold it here and roll it on that blade, and then pull it. You see now? Pull it. So you can do the same job that this one does, but this one does it better. You find the bigger device. Peel the insulations off the wires and the cable. So you must not forget this. Now we start arranging. After straightening it, the wires must be straight, very straight. Very straight. So we are going to make a crossover cable now. After straightening the wires, we start arranging one side. One side will be arranged like the straight through cable. Is that right? Or the other side will be arranged in cross. It will not follow the same pattern. So the first one is white on orange, is that right?
Yes,
and orange. White on green, Abby?
Yes, then blue.
Then blue. White on blue,
Then green.
then green. White on brown, then brown. That is one side, just like both sides of the straight through cable. So I want to check the colors again. White on orange and orange.
White on green.
White on green and blue. White on blue and green. White on brown and brown. So holding them into position, we then cut the edges to make it straight. Using our crimping tool, the outer blade here. is very good at doing that job. That's fine. On the other end of the cable, you bring in the jacket, you peel it, remove the fiber that reinforces the cable, we untwist the wires and we straighten them. Twist them and straighten them. Now the arrangement is different from the other side. We're going to arrange it differently. So you check the wire now, the colors. It starts with arrangement now for the second side of the crossover cable. White on green, green.
White on orange, blue.
White on orange,
Blue.
white on orange, then blue.
White on blue, orange.
White on blue, then
Orange.
orange,
White on brown. Brown.
white on brown, then brown. So we arrange them and hold it firmly like that. Let them stay next to each other without spaces in between. Then we confirm the colors again. White on green, green. White on orange,
Blue.
blue.
White on blue, orange. White on brown, brown.
White on brown, brown. Then we straighten them. We cut the edge
And to be equal.
to be equal. Without leaving space in between. We are holding tight. The 8 wires are holding tight in their position. Don't allow space to be in between them. They must be close to each other, the 8 of them, while still holding it tight. Then you hold the connector like this, the flat side up. Then you take the wires inside and push it inside fully. Like this. Can you see? So this is the side you are considering, not this side. You hold it up before you push the arrangement of the wires inside. Are we together? You push it in until it cannot go again. Then, the next thing is to carry your device, your crimping tool, the middle hole for RJ45. This is for RJ11. We are not using that. The middle one, you carry the head of the cable you have just arranged and you push it in like this. Finally, after that, then you hold the crimping tool and you crimp it. By the time you crimp it, I want you to listen carefully. You must hear a noise. That is the noise. That is the sound. That's it. You bring the jacket